Chapter 8, Tea Time. The day after the real Daisy went head-to-head with Stephanie. You're in the sorority living room trying to rein in the chaos. Half of the Deltas are slumped on the couches, and the others look equally stressed. Daisy, what were you thinking trying to out-tea party Stephanie? Yeah, I thought we were going to do a charity car wash today. What's with the change of plans? Everyone, I believe we can pull this off. It's just one tea party. How hard can that be? Daisy, the last time I had a tea party was with Mr. Snuffles and Miss Whiskers. Your cats, I assume? My stuffed cats. And even they didn't appreciate my chocolate biscuits. What makes you think we can do this, Daisy? I mean, up until today, I thought people only had tea parties in movies. I promise you two things. Firstly, the tea parties are very real. Secondly, that we're going to throw an excellent one. Let's not panic, everyone. We just have to try our best to impress the alumni and other great cast members attending the fundraiser. If today's tea party goes well, we can get them to donate money to campus organizations, including sororities like ours. And a bigger budget will make it even easier to entice more pledges. Cool, gotcha. So no pressure at all. I would like it on the record that this sounds much more like more work than the car wash. Why are you never afraid of work when it comes to Poppy or beakers full of science experiments, but you have bubbling in your room? Those things aren't work. Poppy's my best friend and science is my passion. Come on, everyone. I think this could be fun. We can pretend we're high society ladies at a luncheon. As long as there are tiny sandwiches with their crust cut off, me and Mandy are down. Mandy gives a thumbs up, while some other recent pledges look uneasy. I just hope this doesn't blow up on our faces. If we've gotten even more pledges thanks to word of mouth since the party, but that means I can't afford to let them down. You clear your throat and address the room with regal poise. I swear on my honor that, as the person who essentially got us into this, I will get us through it. You're so confident about this. It's hard not to trust you've got it handled. I believe in you, Daisy. Then, if Faye can help everyone brainstorm a menu and some decorations, I need to call in a favor. You duck into your room and pull out Daisy's phone, dialing a number that you know by heart.
Rose, please tell me you've got an emergency that only your favorite lady in waiting can help with. I'm starting to worry my lady in waiting skills will atrophy if I don't put them to real use.
What if I said I needed a royalty-worthy menu on a couple hours' notice, with outdoor space, catering, and the works?
Leave it to me. I know just the place.
An hour later, there's a knock on your door. A very intrigued Astra and Luna escort Aveline inside. This girl said she was looking for you? She seems like the fancy type. You gonna introduce us? Of course. This is Aveline, my partner from literary class, best friend from America, high society events coach. Please tell me that's a real thing?
Oh yes, Miss Daisy pays me a top dollar for advice on how to handle tea parties or as you name it.
That sounds like a dream job. When do I sign up? Okay, now Stan Luna, we'll leave you to it. As soon as the door closes behind you, the Deltas, Aveline turns to you to give you a big hug.
It's lovely to see you, Your Highness. I've made all the reservations and arrangements you requested.
You're a lifesaver, Aveline.
Honestly, it was nice to have something to do with Daisy busy preparing for tomorrow's hunt. And speaking of preparations...
Let me guess, you brought me something gorgeous to wear as well.
I wouldn't be a lady in waiting if I didn't. Don't get me wrong, Daisy is lovely, but nothing beats hanging out with my princess.
You really are a best friend / lady-in-waiting a girl could ask for. Diamond choice, polish, and pearls. When you turn around, Aveline practically jumps for joy.
You are absolute vision. The court would love this gown.
Then it's sure to impress Julivar's finest. All thanks to you.
It was my pleasure to help. Good luck out there, Your Highness.
Who needs luck when I have this dress? A short drive later, you arrive outside a luxurious country club where several of the Deltas and some other guests are already milling about. I don't know what favor you called in to get us a place this classy, but wow, you couldn't have dressed a little bit classier? And the turnout is even better than I'd hoped for. The Deltas who drove over with your head, well, off to join a familiar faces from campus in what is already a lively, bustling crowd. Mandy, what are you doing? I need you to lift the other end of the table. Oh, like with my hands? No, with your hair. What else would you lift it with? Step aside and let me get in some reps for my arms. Hey, Daisy. You turn to see Devin jogging towards you grinning. He takes in your elegant dress and stops in his tracks, eyes wide with appreciation. Wow, you look extravagant, refined, like a vision in blue. I believe that's teal, but sure. Let's go with all the above plus gorgeous. It's so good to see you. Are you here, chasing a story? Yeah, bingo. This is part of the Delta story, which means I need to first-hand scoop for my article. Daisy filled me in on the details, so it means a lot that you want to write about our sorority. It's a pleasure to help. I think my brother's about to eat a whole tray of tiny sandwiches, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to stage an intervention. Devin heads across the lawn towards a table surrounded by his brother and a bunch of other students. I was going to eat those! Easy, man. You don't want to carb load too early before we get to the good stuff. I wonder if any Kappa alums are here. Maybe if I open my mind enough, I'll be able to sense them by their energies. Okay. I was a Kappa back in my day. Our energies are in sync. Psst. Enemy sighting at 3 o'clock. At Faye's whisper, you turn to see Stephanie chatting with an older woman by one of the lawn tables. It's lovely to finally meet you. I've tried to hold the Theta's high standards you set for our house. From what I hear, you're doing a phenomenal job, Miss... What was it again? Sophie? Oh, wow. That's Jacqueline Moreau. It is? Should I know what that means? Let's pretend I've only been at Delta for about a week. She's the most famous Theta alumni ever. Not to mention the wealthiest. See that girl over there? Bored girl. The one who looks like she regrets getting out of bed and having to touch the floor like the rest of us mortals? That's Jacqueline's daughter, Miette. She hasn't pledged yet, but any sorority would be lucky to have a pledge with her connections. If she weren't basically a shoo-in for the Thetas. Anything can happen once we get the party started, Faye. Speaking of which, you step in front of this surprisingly large cluster of guests and clap your hands together to get their attention. You can do this. Just pretend you're a court welcoming a bunch of nobles to a charity gala. Thank you all for joining us to help raise funds for Julivart's wonderful Greek societies. There will be tea and delicacies for you to enjoy over lawn games. We ask that you open your hearts and your wallets. There's a smattering of applause and some guests across the lawn towards a series of croquet hoops. You join several Deltas and alumni at a tea table. I didn't realize you Deltas appreciated high tea. Kaylee nearly drops her teacup, sloshing tea all over the white tablecloth. Sorry, I tried to do the thing where you hold your pinky out, but it's harder than it looks. Never heard anybody complain about that, but okay. The trick to tea is not worrying about how you hold the cup. Just focus on taking dainty sips. Show her how it's done. Sip. You sip as daintily as if you were a royal gala, and nearby donors murmur approvingly. Just sip as if you have a secret. Kaylee lifts her cup again, trying her best to mimic you, and takes an equally dainty sip. Oh, shut up with your dainty sips!
I'm doing it. Every sip is full of more secrets.
Yep, and then there's me. I just gulp my shit. Shut up. It's a drink. A woman seated at your table turns to you with a prim smile.
Your name is Daisy, correct? I meant Juanette. What do you know about snakes?
Nothing. Excuse me? She gestures to a girl sitting beside her, who's clearly trying to restrain herself from stuffing a whole miniature cake into her mouth.
This is my daughter, Dinah. Snakes are her latest obsession. She's already searched half the garden for them. I didn't find any. No snakes for me.
Oh. Safia, psst. Hey, I got a friend for you.
Oh, disappointing. I don't know where to...
Before you can continue, you hear a small commotion across your lawn.
Where are the badminton rackets? When the Thetas hosted events like this in my day, we always held a friendly badminton competition. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I think I'm needed elsewhere.
What? You're over, followed by a few deltas to see Jackal and Moreau frowning at the croquet hoops.
Badminton is a much more refined game, don't you think, Miss Monroe? If refinement's what you're after, I suggest you give croquet a try. It might surprise you. Is that so? Then why don't you show us how it's done?
Okay. Stephanie steps up to a hoop and sends the ball spinning through. After years of practice at Palace events, you easily follow suit. Looks like a tie to me. Devon snaps a photo of you posing with your mallet and gives you an encouraging thumbs up.
We'll see if it lasts.
You follow Stephanie through another round until you're facing one last hoop together. The final hoop sits just to your right. I'll aim to my right. Inhale, then follow through on the swing. With one clean stroke of your mallet, you send the ball clean through the hoop. Yes. Whoa, Team Delta makes a trick play down the middle and takes the lead.
Perhaps I'll try a round before having some tea.
As Stephanie turns away from you, you glance around at the other team's games.
Kaylee, that was my ball you just hit.
Hell yeah, you messed up your last shot. Do you want to win or not?
I just want to play. This is a team sport, remember?
Come here, Faye. Mind if I show you a hockey trick for lining up your shots?
You can show me whatever you want. I mean, if it'll help my team.
Oh, will you two just hug up already? To the other side, Devon is snapping a photo of Safia and Miat as they watch the others play. I'm new to croquet, so is this whole standing on the sidelines thing part of the game?
My first shot used up excessive amounts of kinetic energy. Bobby and I need to recharge in the sun.
Yeah, I'm also low on whatever the snake girl said. I would kill for a latte right now.
Can I interest you in my cold brew charcoal shots? I always keep a few vials on hand.
I'm sorry, cold brew charcoal? What? I did not see Safia getting along with the richest sophomore on campus, but maybe Miette joining us isn't so impossible after all. Just when things seems to be going your way, you noticed Stephanie, besides Jacqueline, at the tea tables whispering something. What's she up to? Everything. You settle across the lawn, trying not to draw too much attention as you circle past other tables. No way, Carmen. Your makeup artist dropped out on you?
Yes, in my wedding this weekend. I told my fiancé it was bad luck to schedule the ceremony on a Saturday.
Excuse me. Pardon me. You finally get within earshot of Jacqueline's table, but she's turned away from Stephanie to talk to her daughter.
Yet, you're never going to make it into the Thetas if your grades keep slipping like this.
I gotta be on one test. More like a bomb to final. And who says I even want to join the Thetas anyway? The Thetas aren't the only academic sorority on campus. If you're looking for academic support, you can't go wrong with the Deltas. You gesture around you to Faye, showing Dash how to elegantly lift a teacup, to Safia, talking to alumni about chemistry.
Just relax your wrist and lift the cup slowly.
The grapefruit accent on these tarts can deactivate many medications. So if I wanted to, not poison someone. Never really thought about your house before, but maybe I should start. You suddenly see Stephanie whispering to one of her hench women, Lexi, who raises her voice. Excuse me, waiter, my tea is cold, like hurting my teeth cold. Cold tea at a tea service. How could our host have let that happen? Faye shoots you a nervous look as the alumni begin to mutter disapprovingly. Just as you know, Stephanie tucking a few ice cubes behind a saucer. I'll get your friend a new cup right away. We'll fix this issue at once. Although she hasn't tried to butter her scones with a steak knife, it wouldn't have had time to get cold. Lexi looks at the large knife in her hand and awkwardly puts it down. Oh, my bad. It's been a while since her house actually hosted one of these. We can tell. Shut up and drink your cold tea. More and more guests take your side, speaking up throughout the crowd. Just relax and enjoy the free food, my dudes. The negative vibes you're sending towards the others only hurt yourself. I agree, the vibes are immaculate over on our end. We've got a lot of supporters in the crowd. As the alumni and students finish the last of their tea, Faye slides into a seat beside you, grinning. This has been way better than the train wreck I pictured in my stress dreams. I'm glad I could use my royal connections to help. We just need to send our guests off on a good... Just then, Stephanie strides over, hands on her hips. So, you stopped this from being a total disaster. Congrats! I just hope the auction goes equally well. What auction? Oh, yours, obviously. I heard this rumor that the Deltas were throwing an auction full of lavish gifts at the end of the tea. I wanted to help get the word out, so I've been telling donors about it all day. You made it an auction for us. That's a great idea. It is? I was trying to think of a way we could rub this victory in your face, and an auction is perfect. Excuse me, when is the auction? I've been waiting to bid most of my money on the prizes. While your audience waits, your perfect idea. She saunters off smirking. Faye turns to you in a panic as the guest starts murmuring curiously about the auction. What are we gonna do? We are broke college students. Even if I let them bid on my credit cards, that wouldn't impress this crowd. You look around, trying to piece something together. Then you see a couple of Deltas holding Poppy up into the sun. Don't worry, Aphos. We'll get the cold-blooded circulatory system nice and warm. You're right. We don't have items to auction, but we do have a lot of unique people. I have an idea. Get all the Deltas over here. You stand in front of the crowd and raise your voice to get their attention. We've heard you all buzzing about an upcoming auction, but there's been a bit of misunderstanding in the rumor mill. You see, we won't be auctioning off fancy items. Instead, we'll be auctioning experiences with us Deltas. We will? Shut up, Faye! That's right. Each of us has something unique planned for the winning bidder, so get those donations ready. The Deltas give you a bewildered look, but you just smile as you find the closest Delta and wave her over. Let's start with you, Safia. What's your unique experience? You give her an encouraging wink as she stares uncertainly at the crowd. I like... snakes? Snakes! Oh, no. And for my experience, I'll teach you snake facts, and you can meet my snake, Aphosis. He'll slither right into your heart with his cuteness. I thought this was Poppy, not Aphosis. I'm so confused. Yo, that sounds sick. Who wants the snake experience? Bids start at 50. Several hands shoot up, and you have seconds to decide who gets the prize. I bet I can win the support for Deltas by helping alumni get the right prizes. Dina's mother was a big potential donor, wasn't she? Trey? I like how there's a question mark. Mommy, do it for the sneak! I'll bid higher, 75. And I blew my budget on cheese fries last weekend. I can't go that high. Woohoo!
Oh, I get to hang out with the snake lady, snake lady, snake lady! I hope you know more about snakes than the average children's section in the library. Oh, she does. Oh, I know everything. And I have never been more grateful than you do. Next up, we have Astra. What's your experience? I've been winning cosplay contests since I was 12. Win a makeover from me and I'll make you look like a dream, self-guaranteed. Once a makeover bidding starts is $75. Ooh, this is what I need for my wedding. Count me in. Me too. Can you make over my inner self and my outer self? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Carmen on this one. Sorry, kid. But it sounded like Carmen really needed this. Oh, yes, I'll raise. I can't go that high. My positive vibes are endless, but my budget is limited. Then this makeover goes to Carmen. Oh, I just knew this was going to be Lucky Thursday. Next up, our very own Faye. Right, I'm selling you. Oh, for the love of God. I was thinking of auctioning my tutor services. Just a few sessions. I'll bid $75. My grades could use the help. I'm in too. My grades need a boost. And I'd love to learn from someone as cool as Faye. Oh, shit! You think I'm cool? Faye tries to hide her smile as she glances back at Dash, and it's up to you to decide the auction. There's no bad options here. If I wanted to do something nice for Faye... Okay, so she said there's no bad options here. Dash emphatically raises his other hand. You got it! I need all the tutoring help I can get. Well, I'm definitely not that desperate. This prize is all yours. I can't wait. As Dash grins up at Faye, she shoots a grateful look towards you. Thank you. Yeah. It was my pleasure. As Faye steps down, you hear a crowd chattering happily. What an unexpected, charming idea. Perhaps I should run a similar auction at my holiday gala. All I've seen are 3 experiences you could find at a children's birthday party. Is that really the best the Deltas can do? It's better than anything you've got. So Devin suddenly steps up beside you. Tell them I can get 2 seats for dinner at Carl's Kitchen for anyone who bids, and they're +1. Is that a big deal? Oh yeah, just trust me. We've got one more exclusive item for a friend of Delta's. Devin can get you and a +1 seats at Carl's Kitchen. A lady in the audience thrusts her hand up. For a spot at Carl's, I'll bid 100, especially if Mr. Wright would be willing to escort me as a +1. That wasn't exactly what I had in mind, but hey, you put yourself out there, dude. Before you can even think about it, you're lifting your own hand in the air. I'll raise it to 150. This is too good an offer to pass up. Noted. Now if you need a +1, I'll raise 175. Oh no. Stephanie smiles her maddeningly perfect smile up at you, and you know it's now or never. Oh, for the love of what? Win a date with Devin. So we're gonna bid 200 plus, is that what you're telling me? Oh my god, 300. You can't go that high. Said who? Literally said who? Keep arguing, I'll up my bid to 500. Never mind, you win. Woo, Daisy, get that hot date. Devin grinned at you as the rest of the guests applaud. Give me a minute to call my buddy at the restaurant, then we can head over, if you're free. Let me ask. You turn to Faye just as Miette Murray strolls up to both of you. Today really opened my eyes to just how different sororities can be. I wanted to talk about pledging in the Deltas, if you got room for me. And one of my mom's friends as a daughter would fit in with you too. Everyone is welcome at the Deltas, Theta Delta. I can take care of the newest sister from here, Daisy. Go enjoy your date. Well, if you insist.
Devin drives you through a city to an unassuming storefront sandwiched in between two businesses. Despite its exterior, the sidewalk is crowded with patrons. This is your exclusive local spot? I wouldn't have known it was a restaurant without the line running out the door. Hey, no judgment allowed until you try the food. Devin strolls past the line with purpose leading you inside. The whole restaurant smells heavenly, and a smiling man steps up to greet Devin with a clap on the back. Let me guess, it's Dad. There's the man of the hour? Hey, Carl. Meet my friend Daisy. Daisy, Carl. Enchante. I didn't know Devin was famous around these parts. Devin's our best kept secret, until he becomes the next big journalist. Now, come, sit. The man ushers you both in, seating you in a secluded corner, setting two menus down before you once he leaves. You let out a breath. What? Was that Carl? He seemed excited to see us. He's always been pretty customer focused. I'm glad things haven't changed much since I worked here. Ah, that would explain it. So that's why you were on a first name basis with the owner. I thought maybe you just ate here often. Well, I do, but I also waited tables once upon a time. Not that I was particularly good at it. If that's true, then how did they even hire you? Back then, when Dash was a teenager, he and some friends made a scene writer outside, as his big brother stepped in and set him straight. Carl saw the whole thing unfold, practically offered me the job on the spot. Poor guy didn't know the mistake he was making. He should have made you their bouncer. Really? You could see me throwing unruly customers out the door? Based on how you handle a certain bouncer the night we met, I see you befriended them and showing them the error of their ways. He chuckles. Carl's always been a firm believer in character. He always said a job can be taught, but character can't. So did he eventually teach you the job? He tried, but it turns out I am better at talking to people than juggling plates. Carl slides over to your table and gives you a welcoming smile. Has anything from the menu caught your eye? Not quite. I don't see it listed anywhere. But could you make your homemade pizzas for us? I want my American friend to feel like she's at home. That's me, the friend from America. Ah, then we'll make you whatever you like. Any friend of Devin's is a friend of mine. Carl hurries away, calling orders to someone in the kitchen. Devin rubs the back of his neck, suddenly looking a little flustered. I hope you don't take it the wrong way. My American friend, you know. I'm happy to be your plus one if you want this to be a plus one situation, but I don't want to assume. Devin, what if I wanted you to assume this is a date? He grins, his whole face lighting up with a warm, familiar smile. And this night just got even better. It doesn't take long for your pizza to come out, and it smells absolutely incredible. Feast your eyes on one of Carl's specialties, the King Za. Oh, that's not a specialty, dude. That's just a cheese pizza. Shut up! Every slice is almost as big as my face. The first slice is yours, if you think you can handle it. What kind of American would I be if I couldn't? Uh-huh. And before she gets a fork and a knife. Listen, I've met people who did the fork and a knife, and I just sit there going, what the is going on? You stare at the cheesy goodness before you, wondering how to handle it. Don't let him know that you've never had a pizza before. I'll eat it with my fingers. Cut it with a fork and a knife. Oh, God, there's the option. Yeah, no. My dining etiquette lessons did not cover this, but somehow it feels like a finger food. You pick up a slice by hand, and relief washing through you as Devin does the same. I've got this. How have you never seen anybody eat pizza in a movie even? Come on, has she never seen a movie, as a friend says? Come on. You smile triumphantly and lift the slice towards your lips, just as a whole layer of cheese starts to slide off. I have no longer got this. Look out! You quickly lift the pizza over your face and catch the cheese in your mouth. Nice save. I am known as something of a pizza wrangler back home. Listen, I've never had pizza slide or cheese slide off a pizza. As you continue tucking into the delicious pizza, Carl returns and sets down a huge plate of French fries. Okay, no. Here, on the house. Come on, Carl. Now you're just spoiling us. Fries with pizza? I don't know about that one. As he leaves, you stare down a fry, the first one you've seen in real life as opposed to American television. They're nice and crispy, I promise. Try one. You pluck a fry from the basket and eat it. Oh my gosh, so tasty. How have you not had fries? Without thinking, you daintily pluck your napkin from your lap and dab in the corner of your mouth while I see Devin chuckling from across the table. Do you always eat like you're about to guest star on Downtown Abbey? Also, they misspelled downtown, so, you know, it was Downton. Hey. Maybe I think my date deserves the best table manners. I bet you say that to all the guys. Only the ones I like. Well, I should count myself lucky, eh? To be dining with a lady like me, absolutely. Feeling more confident, you reach over for another slice of pizza when Devin takes out a pencil and notebook and starts jotting something down. So, do you have any other stories of your time working here? Let me see. I used to give free couples therapy to tipsy patrons behind the counter. I like to think I managed to save a few relationships. That must have been stressful. A little, but it was good for a good cause. When juggling orders got too stressful, though, that's when I'd duck out to the back alley. I'd go there when I needed a breather, after a string of bad customers, or after that time I spilled water all over the customer's freshly cooked order. That must have been a traumatic event for all involved. And not a great way to start my first week on the job, but working here did have its perks. What was your favorite? Devin smiles softly, continuing to work on whatever it is in his notebook. The slow days, where I could take out a sketchbook and just draw people. Is that your version of stopping to smell the roses? More like stopping to appreciate the people. Everyone has something special about them, it just takes a little focus to see it. Devin gazes at you from over the candle flickering on the table, and it's impossible to deny that he's talking about you. What do you see in me? A caged spirit finally breaking free. He hands you the sheet of paper he's been writing, no drawing on. Wow. Devin, you really just drew this? It's easier than it looks. This place gave me a lot of slow days to practice my line work. It's beautiful. You did most of the work in that department. I want you to keep it as a thanks for joining me tonight. Hey, I won you at the auction fair in Square. You did. I'm just really impressed by you and everything you've done for the Delta, so please keep it. I'll treasure it. Once you finish your meal, Devin pays the bill, and you stroll back to the campus together. Well, this is me. Thank you for everything you did tonight. You mean buying us greasy comfort food? I mean helping the Deltas with the auction, giving me that drawing, and letting me into more of your world. It was nice to visit a place that meant so much to you, especially a place with the finest pizza I've ever had. Believe me, it was my pleasure. Will I see you again? I'd be bummed if you didn't. He smiles at you, bright and admiring in the moonlight, and you realize there are only a few short steps between you. That's a kiss. I mean, technically this is our first date, so... Your heart pounds as you step towards him, but Devin follows your cue, his arms slipping around your waist as his lips meet yours. His hands slide around your waist, tugging you close against you. You linger in the embrace for as long as you can. Well, that was, wonderful. Perfect. Perhaps we could improve on perfection with a little more practice. You feel Devin chuckle before he reluctantly steps back, one hand lingering on your waist. I'd certainly like to try. Maybe the next time I'll take you somewhere for dinner. It's a deal. You won't even have to win me at an auction. You share a grin, and then Devin gives a wave before heading back to the campus. Smiling to yourself, you finally head inside. Inside your room, the light doesn't immediately turn on when you flip the switch, but when you try again, it flickers to life. But I can text Faye about the house's electrical wiring after I talk to Daisy. You pull out Daisy's phone and dial your own number. Hey, you're live. I'm pleased to report that Operation High Tea was a success. We even got a new pledge. Actually, technically 2. Oh my god, you're killing this whole Save Our Sorority thing. But, while you're here, I actually needed to ask you about something important. How on earth am I gonna survive tomorrow's great hunt with Clark? Oh no, whatever will we do? The Deltas may be back on solid ground, but Daisy is heading into the wilderness. Can she do Rose and Monterey proud on the hunt? I don't know, nor do I care. Without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head in the description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content. And hey, speaking of supporting content, there is now a thanks button on YouTube. You can click that bad boy. And it's a great way of, showing your thanks, giving back to the community, giving back to yours truly. That way the power can stay on, my medical can get some assistance financially with it, and things like that. It'd be greatly appreciated, because I do not think you understand how expensive all that is. Really, truly. It's getting a lot worse here in the America, for those of you outside of it, or especially my situation. It's getting pretty, we'll just go with spicy. But without further ado, love your beautiful faces, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.